shoot. My sponge. No! I'm missing my sponge and my one tool. Okay, well, I have all my tools in my car because I had work yesterday and I'm going to work later today. So I end up using some other tools. Thank goodness I got some other tools because I would have been tough out of luck there. Do I have a sponge? Yeah. I guess we're gonna do the classic rip off from an old sponge. Right? Isn't this music kind of weird? Okay. Oh, that was a little bit too forceful. Now I got some water everywhere. But usually, if I'm ever missing a sponge, you can just rip off a little chunk, and there you go. You got your new sponge. So again, always that back and forth, and then you also see I'm actually not even on the board. So watch, see how it's not even on there. So I didn't line up my pins properly. There we go. I had so much clay caked on my wheel, I didn't really notice them, but I could feel it shifting a little bit as I put more pressure on there. Gotta go up. I'm always imagining that like 2 lanes of traffic, one going and one coming towards, and then that's what's keeping it on center. And then when you get to this point, right, you see how it's wanting to get a little bit wobbly? Slow down and then project your hand forward a little bit, and that's how you can keep that on center. And then you kind of bring that around. Go pretty slow. No, like high intensity over a long period of time, that's something I think is really cool. So that's what I'm working right now, just by posting on my YouTube every day and throwing these pots every day. But it does limit what you can do in a day. So sometimes those little like voice edited things and like the little fun parts, you don't really get to do anything with those for now. They can just sit in the brain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nice. Curl these up, curl these up, curl these up. Also, I gotta make sure I don't sometimes when I'm editing this footage after the fact, I'm doing a lot of talking and not working on something. So I think I gotta make sure I stay focused on working and talking at the same time. I can get like really distracted when I talk to the point where I just stop moving my hands. And so I gotta make sure I keep on cruising. Get your Captain Hook ready. Fill that pond. Don't let the tadpoles dry out. Scratch your finger right along that bottom base there. Remember the 3 layers of a cake. Move that bottom layer of that cake. The top 2 layers are going to move. Push this out to the side ever so slightly. Sometimes I like to get a little surprise spiral on the inside there, even though it's not going to be seen. I push this up. I always think that one sign of somebody who takes pottery to the next level is attention to places that don't need it or aren't seen from just looking at the object from afar, right? So I'm going to start collaring this bottom edge here. About halfway, nice. And curl this up. Pretty narrow there, probably a little bit too narrow, but that's okay. Just means we just got to do one equalizing pull. Oh, you can see how it's getting a little bit stuck on my arm there. You got to be careful it doesn't suction to your fist. Okay, now we're slowly creating a little wedge. Again, we asked that little bump. Thanks, Clay. We're going to take it all the way up to the top of the pot. Very slow, right? Like a slug going up the side. Even sometimes I go a little bit too fast, so I'm going to slow down. Six. Fingers spreading outward ever so slightly. It's going to want to twist on the interior. And then as we have some more thickness on this top here, we got to be careful. Sometimes I'll rip that whole entire middle part off if it's thin enough. So again, I want to be pretty gentle. Okay. I think that's good enough. Look at that. Holy shit. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, up. Oopsies. Up. Up. Hey, chill. Okay, we're gonna go up. And then we got this. Up. Little thing here. Got some cool little flowery spots here on this bottom edge, right? Keeping stuff down there because get some interest, get something cool happening. So I think that looks pretty good. Camera C. So you can see the interior of the pot too. I mean, that's like, you can't get more uniform than that on your spiral. I feel like this spiral is probably top tier spiral of what I've made recently. So now I'm right out to the bottom here. I'm gonna do a little spiral. I'm gonna say, hey, ready, set, go. Stop. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh. 1, 2, 3. Emphasize, 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 emphasize. All right. Here we go, right on this rim. Slowly setting our fingers down there. And so the reason why we were getting this top a little bit thinner is so when we get to this point of the process, you know, we don't have to push as hard to get through all that clay, and it's already thinned out just a little bit. Well, y'all, thank you so much for watching. You know, if I'm looking at these pots today, I think that I really like this one. I think that this one right here, it's just by far the best one out of the ones today. I think there's something to be said about the tendrils on the bottom here. I think there's something cool with this one. The one in the back one, it's just really not doing too much for me. But I really think that this one right here is just killing it. But thank you guys so much for watching. All the best. And strong mentality. And strong mentality. There we go.